It's time to get Rory and Maul up out of here.
So Rory put up tweets like this, right? Every black woman has either wanted to, thought about, or actually effed a white guy. White people facts. Yeah, and then we got a retweet where he retweeted, I never saw a good-looking black woman. When you say stuff like this, you cannot then come and try to defend yourself by trolling.
What the hell?
Because that's essentially what Rory ended up doing. And as a guest in this hip-hop culture and existing in a space as someone who cannot relate, even if he tried, who cannot relate to the daily struggles of living as an African-American in America. There are challenges and struggles that you would never be able to relate to. But just because you're a guest does not give you an excuse to be out here cracking jokes like this. These jokes are inexcusable, bro. No matter when it came, 2012, 2010, people don't care, right? The fact of the matter is take accountability. Say it was you. You did it. It was bullshit. I'm sorry. Rory couldn't do that. No, he couldn't, because he thought he was simply just going to troll it away.
Yes.
Terrible job.
I think all black women are
I can't wait to put that while else.
ugly and disgusting. I only think white is the only pure beauty. As you know, as I tell you guys all the time, how much I love white women.
I don't know if you can really troll your way out of this one, man.
I hate them.
And what you saw there is basically Rory trying to troll his way out of the situation. And the issue with that is when you do something like this and you say something like this that offends multiple people in a space that you call yourself a guest in, you can't just come in there and troll your way out of this. But the reason why Rory feels like he can do this is because he has done it before. I'm sure Rory has said things before that nobody has checked him for. And when people go back and see these old tweets, they get a new idea of you. And the fact of the matter is you can't tell people when and how to feel offended. Now, Rory tried his hardest to explain himself, but his approach did nothing but show everybody that he was more upset at being called out than the actual tweets.
My point the entire time has been saying I'm not apologizing for anyone that has said that I've called black women ugly or roaches. That's all I've said. I apologize for everything else, but don't ever say that I called black women ugly or roaches or anything that y'all have been trying to put on me.
It didn't help that Rory actually was going back and doing the unthinkable, y'all. He was deleting tweets. That shit did not help.
What's up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit that like button, hit a subscribe, hit notification bell. Keep sending those Cashapps to CLBMG. Join the membership. And are you buying the merch? Gang, listen. So, right now, I don't know if you know what's going on, but Rory is being, quote unquote, exposed for old tweets. And that's kind of the story. But to me, the real story is the way he tried to handle it. So I want to discuss all of that and salute the Big Zoe for having such an in-depth video documenting the story. And I advise you and implore you to head on over to Big Zoe TV and watch the full video, like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. But Rory, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to try to not offend my political connects, right? But I am going to keep it a buck. Y'all know how I do on this channel. I am fair. I may be harsh. I may sometimes be blunt, but I am fair. And what I'm going to be 100% is blunt, harsh, and fair. And when I watched this, when I saw this play out, I let stories develop. I don't just rush right in. And as it starts developing, and as things start to become clearer, I start to realize that Rory is way too comfortable. And the problem is he's allowed to be. Because Maul is way too comfortable in his ignorance and stupidity. And we got two buffoons that ended up smack dab with a podcast that people wanted to watch. Now, we've been seeing this podcast slowly crumble and piece by piece start to become the laughingstock of this so-called industry, the media, the culture, right? Somehow, some way, Rory and Maul, who consistently get it wrong, who are almost always on the opposite side, who get so ridiculously overboard with their opinions, They either have to crack and try to laugh their way out of the dumb corners that they paint themselves into, or have to be completely blind and stubborn and oblivious to any criticism to even wake up the next day and do the podcast once again. These two guys are an embarrassment to this industry in many ways. Starting with getting burnt by Joe Budden because you never had anything in writing that would prevent him from doing what he did to you, firing you over the phone through a text or however he did it. You didn't have your paper right from day freaking one. I was one of the people who I say all the time that was in support of them because I know how Joe Budden moves, and I know that he did, in a kind of way, it was a not so fair deal with these guys in that situation. But they were dumb enough to let it happen, right? But that wasn't enough for me and quite a few other people in this culture. We still gave these guys a chance, right? The reluctant black guy and the all shucks, I'm in this space, but I'm cool white guy, right? So we see these guys daily, yearly, monthly, float around in this space and get absolutely more and more unwatchable, more and more pathetic and boring. And we see them try to act like they're unaware that their show is tanking in the eyes of most people, even before the battle, right? But after the battle, we see them completely come with these awful takes, these weird takes when the bubble bath rapper, aka Drake, right, decided he wanted to jump in this battle from day one. Rory tried to pretend like he was objective, and he was not, and Maul was not. They chose sides from day flipping one. Now, as this thing went on, we started to realize these two guys cannot be trusted because, for one, when the lawsuit was announced, Rory went on this whole diatribe about how Drake was damn near a hero because he was fighting for the little man. Lo and behold, a few months later, he claims, I don't even know what this lawsuit is about because Drake obviously ain't fighting for nobody but himself. So that was an egregious take. It spat in the face of the culture who was telling you by no uncertain terms that is not what's happening with this lawsuit. Rory didn't care. He stuck his neck out there and got it chopped off. And guess what he did? Ha ha, he. I'm sarcastic. I'm funny. I'm above your petty criticisms. Because you know what? I don't care. And I'm going to show you that I don't care by actually trying to troll you and making light of whatever you say, and I'm going to make it as if it really doesn't matter in the big scheme of things because I'm smarter than you. That's how Rory tries to come off and deal with these inadequacies that he clearly tries to pretend aren't there. Maul, on the other hand, is a ox. He's just a giant boar, just barreling through the bull in the china shop with no consciousness of what he is or what's going on around him, just knocking shit over, big blunt object of nonsense and buffoonery. He's unaware that he's dumb, right? So the simple fact of the matter is, I see this go on with these tweets, and these tweets, I'm just going to be honest, they're not just that it's racist. We got to look at this different. What it is this is a guy who wants to be in the space and be accepted in the space, but he wants to bring the baggage from what he knows to be true, from how he's been raised and what his race has afforded him to believe. So when your race affords you to believe the opposite of the race that you're trying to be like, you're going to come in critical of the race that you want to be like. Rory does everything he can to fit into this space of ours, to appear to be cool, knowledgeable, and for lack of a better word or term, with it, right? Rory wants to be with it, okay? He wants to pretend like he's down with us until it's time to actually show how he really feels. Now, what I'm saying by this is, when I look at these tweets, right, I don't overreact because a lot of people will get a nice, good, fat, juicy headline, a good freaking a gotcha quote, or some type of when you just clickbait topic to just get engagement. So when I first saw Rory is exposed for past tweets, I'm like, all right, that could be anything, right? And I'm one of the biggest guys. I'll tell you really quickly, I'm not really condemning people for stuff they said at 12 and 14. So I'm not that guy. It depends on what you said, I'm gonna be honest. But I don't think Rory was 12 or 13 in 2014, okay? I'm gonna say Rory was a grown man. And that still is a long time ago. You're gonna change as time goes on and you'll get more mature. But at the end of the day, in regards to race, in regards to a white guy speaking about a black woman, and you know on this channel, I'm defending black women every time, right? It is what it is. I do not apologize about it, right? I know these guys, like some of these guys these days, I don't know where they were raised or how they were raised, or they were raised in homes with all men or something. I don't know what's going on, but some of these guys do not know how to protect women, especially black women, and they think that they're just used for sex and violence. Okay? Not me, gang. So I think about my mom, my aunts, my grandmother, my daughters. I think about all that before I get disrespectful. Okay? So end of the day, that's what I do around here. But when I look at these tweets, Rory doesn't have anything blocking him or stopping him from saying these racist things. Now, when you peel back the layers, when a white guy that's supposed to be in the culture is this comfortable to say these things, right? He means them, right? He's not going to change it, because when he came out to defend it, he was very dismissive and condescending even then. So none of this mattered to him. They were jokes. They're just jokes. People, I'm here all week, right? Tip the bartender. I'll be here all week. These are jokes to him, because the people he's joking about, I don't think they matter that much to him. I'm just going to be honest. You can say whatever you want, Rory, but to me, you would never write this shit, in jest or not. And what it is a lot of people, and I'm going to be honest, even black people, they tend to put this, they'll slap this ghetto word on it. If it's ghetto, then I can crack on it. I can dismiss it. I can joke about it. I can belittle it. Just slap the word ghetto on it. And I'm thinking that Rory is one of these guys, but he just happens to be white. So he slaps on the word ghetto, hood rat, things of that nature. That particular item, a ghetto item or a hood rat item, has no value. So therefore he can devalue it and make jokes about it. A lot of these jokes are about ghetto women, hood rats. Can't offend a ghetto broad. You can't offend a hood rat. So this is where Rory starts at. These black women, these black jokes that he has about Beyonce and things of that nature, and I get it, it was a while ago, it was a different time, but we're right now talking about it. And when he went into the spaces to talk about it, he didn't have much remorse. So let's read some of the tweets that Rory thought. Some of them were retweets. But guess what? I don't know if you know, in this world of social media, when you retweet something, that's almost like you said it. We've had many people getting some hot water for a retweet. Okay? So let me read some of these. Some of these were retweets. Some of them were not. Right? So he was responding to someone that said, son, there are way worse baby names than Blue Ivy. I guess they were talking about Blue Ivy. I guess they were talking about black baby names. So responding to that, apparently Rory allegedly said, like the hood rat named Beyonce, right? Sure. Now, most self-respecting white guys, I'm just going to be honest, I would say 95% of them would never write that unless they were full-on racist. I'm just going to be honest. Now, I'm not saying he's racist for that. The other 5% are very comfortable. And they got black friends all around them that chuckle, throw up a beer with them, take shots with them, and laugh at shit like this. And once you laugh one too many times with the 5% white guy who's at the cookout with you, all them little jokes that he used to be getting off in his bathroom, in the shower, he can get them off right there at the bar with you and with Maul and whoever else is going to giggle with him because they feel the same way. There's some self-hating black people out here, but that's a whole different conversation. Let me continue. So then we go, they're doing something now. Maybe you guys know what hashtag ghetto crayon colors was back in 2014. I don't remember what that was all about, but somehow, some way, it was hashtag ghetto crayon colors. Then he goes, weave, black, and lace front blonde. That might upset some people. He's hinting at race. That's a racially charged joke, okay? Let me continue. Some random other tweet that I don't even know the context or why he wrote this one, but he wrote, your bitch fixing her makeup in my rims, N-word. Now, that could be from a rap song, that could be anything. But I don't think you need to be putting anything about N-words nowhere online. I know, like I said, 95% self-respecting, clean-cut white boys ain't gonna tweet that for no reason. They not writing N-word for any reason whatsoever. It's that 5% comfortable white boy that got a cup of Kool-Aid and a honey bun, and he feel damn comfortable chilling out back, watching the game, throwing the football around with all these black guys, and they're accepting of him. We accept you, Rory. Bring the potato salad. They're really comfortable. Here's another one, at Greg Never Chills. If she never blew up and you met a chick in the club named Beyonce, bet money she'd have a blue weave in. That's incendiary. He's saying that if you got a name, he has a thing with this. Is a second Beyonce tweet. This is his second thing with this blue weave. There's something about this blue weave that Rory is funny and triggering at the same time. But who else gonna be wearing a blue weave named Beyonce? A black chick, most likely a hood rat. So Rory ain't really too fond of these hood rats running around naming their babies Blue Ivy. All right, let me continue. Another retweet. And now Demaris, I'm just going to kick this. So just so you know a little bit of context, Demaris claims in Rory's defense, she got in the spaces and said that Rory was doing something back in 2014 where you would fake a tweet and then you would retweet it as if the person you're trying to get canceled or in trouble, as if they did it, and therefore that was a thing back in the day. But don't even try to explain it, Rory, because people won't even listen to the explanation because it makes no sense now. But Demaris was literally defending Rory by saying that these were not real tweets from him or the person that he was trying to get in trouble. They were literally gotcha tweets trying to catch people and get them quote unquote canceled. But this is what Rory allegedly retweeted, but retweet at Egyptianique or something like that. Black girls look like roaches. White girls, silence. T, black girls are queens. WGs, don't you mean all girls? Now, that's supposed to be all kind of convoluted, this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, again, the 95% of self-respecting white guys that I know or imagine that I know, they would never even touch this with a 10-foot pole. But Rory is so comfortable at this cookout with his black eyed peas and catfish, he felt almost behooved to retweet this, that black girls look like roaches. Who would even retweet that? Who would barely, what circles are you in to even read that, let alone retweet it? Rory's very comfortable. Rory had no qualms about it. Retweeted it, what's this, 10, 11 years ago, right? Another thing that Rory wrote was, don't blame whites for every failed black person. That's some deep sheeted shit, and I'm sure it was hilarious to Rory, right? Comfortable as Rory with the comfortable Jordans on. I'm sure it was funny as F. But not to us, because at the end of the day, Rory, as comfortable as you are a guest in here. And we've been taking your word for, it's been a lot of things you've said that we've taken your word and we've given you the benefit of the doubt. And we've said, that guy knows what he's talking about, right? He's damn near Peter Rosenberg, right? We felt that Rory was tapped in and had something to add to the conversation, but not these things. These things are someone who's demeaning us, and they don't care really what you think about it, because once Rory was called out, right? They do these cleansing things where they go through your tweets. Someone gets it up the bum that they want to see what they can get you, gotcha moment with someone who found these tweets and got them good, right? Now, Rory got called out to the carpet, which is what happens. Now, you're very brave to walk on that carpet, walk into that room. Rory went into the Twitter spaces defiant, right? But he was a fool because he went into them spaces. First of all, anybody of any popularity going into a Twitter space to engage regular everyday fans that are already buzzing like a beehive, they already pissed off and mad, you're a fool walking in there. Unless you're going to go in there and say, yes, sir, no, sir, thank you, sir, I'm sorry, sir, and that's the end, sir. Unless you're going to be like that and then listen for an hour to let them bitch till they can't bitch no more and their tongues hurt and their bellies is full of eating your face. If you're going to come into this Twitter space to quote unquote apologize, be contrite, right? And show some empathy for the people you've offended, but then you get in there and you won't shut up. They can't finish a sentence before you're saying a sentence, whether you're agreeing or not. You don't got to keep going. I agree. You're right. No, that's not what you do. Shut up. But that's not what he did. He went in there and got very, very defensive. Don't come into spaces defensive because you're going to piss the people off that you're allegedly trying to appeal to. So he goes into space very condescending because guess what? He's around black people all the time. He's a 5%er. He's a 5% white guy. Comfortable shoes, right? Feels good. He gets his hair cut in the hood. He's very comfortable. So he's like, I know how to deal with these N-words. Let me at him. Goes in there and he starts harping on something. Well, I never said that black girls look like roaches. So that's going to be his armor and shield. He's going to try to deflect. Instead of being real and contrite, he's going to try to pinpoint what he didn't say. And that's going to make him chuckle because he knows I'm smarter than him. I just outsmarted everybody in this room because I never said it. I retweeted it. Get it right. If you're going to come for me, come correct. I'm 5% Rory, right? Ain't no bananas in the tailpipe over here. But what he didn't understand is they're not going for it because a retweet, that's the same thing as you saying it. And when you coming in here smug, you're going to piss people off. I don't know why people think that black people are dumb. They try to play games and twist things around. And by the time you're done with it, 5 minutes later, you're the bad guy. They're the victim. Not today, Rory. Not today. You're not going to twist it around. Salute to, who was it? The certified boogeyman. I see him on Twitter all the time. But he wasn't having it in the slightest. And he went Bobby Brown in that bitch, right? Went nuts. So he started saying all kind of shit to homeboy. He just told Rory, shut up and deal with it. And this the funny thing. He said, Rory, you apologize. Now shut up and let's move on. Rory couldn't even eat that. That was Rory's out. Rory could not eat it. He's too comfortable. He feels like I'm getting punked right now. So he wants to keep yapping. All he did was set homeboy off. Now we on some seek and destroy shit now. Right? Demaris can't save you no more because what you don't understand is you're not the smartest person in this room, not on this topic. So when you're coming off as if you're smarter than everybody in the space, you're going to make somebody mad. And homeboy got mad. And then it got worse. Now it's a story. Because now we got you on tape acting smug, acting like you don't care, acting like you're smarter than everybody. You're trying to act like it's not a big deal. And then you say some dumb shit like, sure, I'm a racist. Everybody knows I hate black people. Just silly shit. You're trying to troll your way out, gang. You're digging in a deeper hole. But no, the hole ain't deep enough if you ain't got your friend in there, right? Good old buddy Maul, you're gonna be my best friend, right? My buddy. Here comes Maul on the call. Go to sleep, Maul. Sometimes you can't save your white friend. He's comfortable enough to fight this head up, right? Listen, in the hood, sometimes you gotta do a one-on-one. Sometimes you gotta fight a head up and your black friend can't run in there and save you. But Maul, a good friend, came in, running to the rescue. Don't know what's going on. Probably just finished eating some ham hocks and whatever else. Goes, what's going on in here? Taps in, gets into space. Why? I don't know. But he's like, what is Rory doing? They're like, he's apologizing. He's like, what's he apologizing for? Tweets? Rory, go to sleep. Rory, don't you dare apologize. Telling Rory to not apologize, to get on out of there. He don't owe these people nothing. So now You got Frick and Frack. Frick and Frack in there. And homeboy certified boogeyman, he went 2-on-1. He started banging their heads together like the Two Stooges, Laurel and Hardy. Bang, bang. Calling them every single thing but a child of God. And I agree with every word he called them because they act just like it. So now Maul want to be tough. Oh, you're the tough guy. Da, 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 da. No, you're the tough guy running in here trying to save your homeboy. Tough guy, muscle man. This is your problem. You didn't have to come in this space at all. You could have logged in and listened if you really wanted to know. But you came in and interfered with the intervention with the comfortable white guy. You interfered with it and told the white guy he don't owe nothing to these niggas. And you told him, hang up the phone. Right? I used to have this girl I was dealing with, and she used to have this friend. And the friend really wanted her to just be in the streets. She wanted her out there wilding. So she would always call and tell this girl where the party was, leave that dude, he ain't good for you, da 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 da. Always steering this girl in a different direction. Instead of having her or Rory do the right thing, these so-called friends, right? They'll sit there and try to steer you in the wrong direction, and they're actually the problem. Maul is the problem. So Rory and Maul are both problems because Rory just wants to fit in, but he's too damn comfortable and too damn smart for his own good. So when he gets in there, he thinks he's in. He thinks he is one of the people that he can come in and crack these jokes about these ghetto girls with these blue weaves, this and that, because it's funny. So instead of Maul being like, bro, yeah, you could tell some jokes and this, that, and the third, but not those jokes. And you can't call us ghetto. You can't call us hood rats. You can't say nothing about these females. That damn sure you don't have no space just because of the history, just because of the history of white men and black women. It's just not a good history for you to condescend and demean them. It won't play well. Instead of saying all that, Maul comes in and encourages it. He's just as condescending and dumb as Rory. If not more, because you're black, idiot. So here we go. We got Frick and Frack doing a jigaboo pie dance, right? Now, I'm telling you what's going on. They're in these spaces, hitting these dudes with sticks of dynamite. But they so dumb, they don't know how to get out the way. So now what we left with is two buffoons and two morons that's supposed to be patrons of this culture in a space with black people, no less, condescending and placating and trying to belittle what they're telling them that their pain is or the trauma that they've caused and trying to explain it. And they both want to laugh it off and try to start little arguments in there. But make it like you're the one. It's not me, it's you. It's not me, it's you. You're the problem, not me. Comfortable shoes and shirt, Rory, right? I'm not a person that says, when I say it's time to get them out of here or it's time for them to go, I'm a free speech guy, so you can do whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. I'm never going to say, lose your channel, lose your following, lose your audience. I'm never going to say that. But what I am going to say is, we need to stop listening to you. As a culture, you guys have shown us more than enough that you aren't qualified to do this job. Your takes are all wrong. They're bogus. They're one-sided. They're dumb. They're uninformed. When Rory can make a huge mistake like back in the Bubble Bath Rappers lawsuit and then come back in a few months later and laugh about it and say, I don't know what it was I was talking about, you're dumb. And you had a lot of people following you on that post on Twitter that I wrote on. I literally wrote, I just unfollowed Maul an hour ago. Don't make me unfollow you, Rory. It was tongue-in-cheek. I didn't care. But what the thing was about it was I was dead ass because I really had just unfollowed Maul. And I think that may be the day I unsubscribed. And I probably unsubscribed to one person a year, if that. So I unsubscribed from Rory and Maul's show, which still comes up in my feed, believe it or not. I don't watch the shit. But end of the day, I unfollowed on Twitter and unsubscribed. What I'm saying is the culture that is following you needs to figure out, why am I following these two buffoons? They don't know how to respect the culture. They don't have enough common sense to understand what you don't say in this culture. And he don't even have a black friend that's going to check him when he does say the wrong thing. There is no checking with these two. It's be more and more condescending and keep it and try to keep it as light as possible, because that's the world they live in. Let's keep things light. Let's keep things fun. Let's keep things festive. I told you, Rory is scared to even say anything to Maul about anything if he's not laughing or joking behind it. He's dealing with everything with this little, I'm not that serious, guys. Don't take me too serious. I'm just a funny guy with comfortable shoes. Well, we good on you and them shoes, Rory. I'm good on you and them shoes. No matter what the meaning of this. Maybe you're an undercover racist, or maybe you're just a dumb white guy with a comfortable shirt on that thinks you're invited to the cookout. Either way, we have had enough of this. And like I said, it ain't about the tweets, it's how you responded to them. You could have apologized, you could have been contrite. No, you came in condescending, came in real hot, wanted to defend yourself. There is no defending this when you're a white, I'm not gonna say journalist, you're a white personality in a space that is controlled and conceived by mostly black people. You cannot come in here with these condescending tweets, talking crazy about black women, and then 9, 10, 11 years later, when they pop back up, you come in with a laugh, a chuckle, a giggle, and then a condescending quote like, yeah, I say white people are better. The white people are better. You're trying to be funny. It is not funny. No one's laughing. You're laughing at your own jokes. I used to have a teacher in high school. His name was Mr. Solansky, and he would say, stop laughing at your own jokes, right? Rory, you should have been in my class so Mr. Solansky could tell you, stop laughing at your own jokes. Rest in peace, Mr. Solansky. And RIP to Rory and Maul's goofy-ass career. You guys are really doing yourself a disservice every time you come in here and not understanding the assignment. I'm going to leave it at that, man. Listen, I'm out of here, man. Do what you want to do. Say whatever you want to say. But the culture going to have a response for you every time. And it's going to be loud and clear. We're not jacking you. End of the story, man. I'm out of here, man. CLBMG. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continent, all over the intercontinental U.S. Also, every Wednesday night we go live on the What Show, me, TJ, and Fliz. Patreon's coming. Buy some merch, man. I'm out of here. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6-man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking, and all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here, we ain't the cheese, we the trap.